Hey everyone, this is Arado and we're here to talk about the upcoming Robin family banner featuring Robingal, Robin Girl, and Rag Robin. First off with Robingal, she is an excellent farmer, covering AoE and boss farming. With Inherit from her former styles, you would be able to improve her AoE farming, so that would be Flambe Sorbe from the first style. And then later on, if you have the limited A style, you would be able to enable her with row farming and a one-shot column skill. So that would be Aqua Viper Plus for row farming, and then the skill number 3 for column farming. For hard content, she is a solid magic DPS source, and unfortunately, she doesn't have any defense passive, but she has a high chance of self-heal, and then she focuses on being an int debuffing with Headbutt, or with Inherit you can do Water Hammer. Overall, I feel that Robingal at this point might be still good in farming, but with the aspect of being able to burst just like Rufus, with the change in skill number 2, being able to do 2 times of SSS damage, triple S. And we'll talk more about that later on in the final thoughts. Next up is Robin Girl. So Robin Girl is an AoE and single target farming. And then of course with Inherit, you would be able to improve her AoE farming, like say Glacial Coffin from her former style. That would improve her AoE farming. And then single target farming, she would be able to cover insta-kill with Assassin's Arrow Plus. And of course, the same skill can be used for single target farming as well, but not to the extent that would be very usable in the upcoming single target farming. Because usually you would want a single target farmer, you would want at least an S or an SS damage with decent BP. So she would do for now, and then later on there would be better single target farmer. For hard content, she is an agility debuff specialist with skill number 1 and 3 doing agility debuffing, and then with Inherit from her other styles, you would be able to enable her with different support capability, whether it be healing or buffing and so on. Lastly, we have Rag Robin. So for Rag Robin, he is a boss and AoE farmer, and then with Inherit from the New Year style, because the Golden Dragon Plus has an amplification, you would be able to use that better for boss farming. And then AoE farming, you'd be able to inherit some of the spells he has from his former styles. However, one thing to note is his intelligence is at 89% rather than, the usual 110%. So the damage might not be as great as what you expect from Rag Robin for spells. For hard content is where he shines, because he kind of acts like a Masked Dad light, because he's able to heal the party every 3 turns because of the change for Stillblade Phoenix. And then he also does some self-buffing when being attacked. So when being attacked, I think he buffs strength to self, and then when being attacked with a direct attack, he would counter with a will buff to self. And then he also has a strength debuffing. So yeah, that is the banner. As I said, for Robingal, she is an excellent unit for farming, but the one caveat with Robingal is if they would implement the same thing as Rock Bouquet, where in the event they would give us a double element staff, heat and cold, especially right now where we need to forge our weapon, and with skill number 2 being a cold and a heat skill, that we would definitely be using that double element staff if they give us one. If they do, then Robingal would be really good in farming. However, one thing to note is if you are only wanting to see Robingal as a farmer, then the farmer style would be enough, in my opinion, because the new shiny thing that Robingal brings to Joe as a character is the burst with Sparkle Eyes and Crimson Break. If that's not something you need with your box, then it should be safe to say that Robingal can be skipped. For Robin Girl, she is an agility debuffing specialist, and she's able to do different kind of support depending on the inherit you give her from her other styles. For Robin Girl, so one thing to note is she starts the Assassin's Arrow Plus. So if you have Claudia, especially the very old award Claudia with the high intelligence, she has Assassin's Arrow as well. And if you're just wanting to get Robin Girl for Assassin's Arrow, then if you have Claudia, then that should be good. And then as far as agility debuffing goes, I would say Bune or Dahao would still be more reliable in those aspects. The only advantage that Robin Girl brings is her combination of Pierce and Cold, in which Cordelia is slowly trying to cover for farming. And then lastly, for Rag Robin, as I said, he acts like a Masked Dad light because he has innate taunt and he does party heal. However, he is still not to the same extent as Masked Dad because Masked Dad buffs all status per turn and then does a better heal. I think the overdrive heal is medium effect compared to Rag Robin, which is a small effect. And then also Masked Dad can inherit a Great Adventure, which gives a 3 times defense boost compared to Rag Robin, where he would be relying on counter to buff will power, as well as just using his base endurance when tanking. So yeah, if you think Rag Robin is worthy of pulling because, you know, Steelblade Light made a really big impact since Mirza got it, and then global exclusive Leon got that same skill, and then everybody else kind of jumped into the wagon of Steelblade Light. So if you missed those two, then this would be your chance to have a Steelblade Phoenix instead, and use Rag Robin for tanking and hard content. Yeah, that's my thought for this banner. Unfortunately, I am down to, I think, 14k jewels right now. So I might invest a little, and I would be strict about it because I don't want to do another accident like the previous banner. And I would really want to pull Robingal just for content's sake. I wanted to compare the damage with, you know, the Sparkle Eyes and Crimson Break with Rufus and the other burst folks. It would be good to pull Rag Robin as well, mainly to try whether if you parry on whether Rag Robin would still continue to counter direct attacks. But yeah, I would just be investing a couple jewels and that's about it. I would rather invest my jewels to the other banner that I'm gonna cover later on. Prefer mainly because I am a big fan of Katarina, so I would love to get her style. But yeah, if you decide to pull on this banner, I wish you good luck. Don't go too deep into this. Remember, this is part 1 of the Autumn Festival, so there might be part 2 in which there is a big chance that there could be a global exclusive in there, mainly because there is an Mooncake Festival as part of the Autumn Festival. So maybe as a way to celebrate that we may have some global exclusive units. Take that with a grain of salt because, you know, that's just my guess. I don't work for Square Enix, so I don't know what the plans are. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and thank you for tuning in, and see you in the next video.